Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond the Evidence. This is the channel where justice matters. My name is Marv. I am a true crime fanatic, and I love to dig deeper into the mysteries of unsolved cases. Join me as we search for missing persons, uncover the clues in unsolved murders, follow along with jury trials, and we'll be a voice for the voiceless. I'll share with you the facts, the theories, the clues, the evidence, and the controversies that surround these cases. This is Beyond the Evidence. Hello, everybody. We got some documents for the Delphi case. I am in preparations to leave for Delphi. So I will be there for the prayer walk on Sunday at 1:30 at the Monon High Bridge. So don't forget, please attend if you can. The documents today were dropped by the defense, and I'm going to get right into it. I have limited time today, so let's get started. Okay, so motion for order of designated defense representatives. This is no big deal. Just says, come now, the defense, Richard Allen, by counsel Bradley A. Brozzi, pursuant to Rule 16 of the Indiana Rules of Evidence, and respectfully requests that the court issue an order authorizing the defense team to designate a supporting staff member to remain in the courtroom and assist the defense team in presenting Richard Allen's defense during the jury trial in this case. In support of said request, defendant Allen states as follows. One, it's well known there's been numerous filings with this court that the volume of discovery in this case is unprecedented. By conservative estimations, the raw amount of data that has been provided by the state to the defense through dozens of discovery dumps exceeds 20 terabytes. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. Hey Stacy, how you doing? 20 terabytes is a lot. I can tell you I've got 1 terabyte and I have not filled it yet, and I have a ton of stuff in there. So in addition, the defense has generated its own discovery as a result of its own investigation, which had been ongoing for nearly 2 years. There also exist volumes of deposition transcripts, pretrial hearing transcripts, and various other transcripts that have been created as a result of defendant Allen's lengthy detention in the Indiana Department of Corrections. The discovery in this case involves thousands of hours of surveillance video from various places and locations associated with the crimes in question and resulting investigation by law enforcement. In an effort to review, organize, and assess the totality of the discovery in this case, the defense has employed Max Baker to assist with this process. For nearly 2 years, Mr. Baker has assisted with the review and prioritizing of discovery. Mr. Baker has also become intimately familiar with the technical skills needed to navigate through various media players and other similar software to assess both audio and video files. So they're asking permission from the court to authorize Max Baker to be present in the courthouse throughout the course of the jury trial, despite the fact that he has been identified on the defendant's combined witness and exhibit list provided to the state on October 1st, 2024. Defendant Allen believes that his substantial rights will be prejudiced if he is not afforded the ability to have access to Max Baker during the trial proceedings. Such a denial would run afoul of Defendant Allen's due process rights under both the Indiana and U.S. constitutions. So even though he's on the witness list, they want him to remain in the courtroom to assist them with their defense. Normally, witnesses are not allowed in the courtroom. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Hey, Vid Inquiries, Mimi of 6, how you doing? Now, the next big thing from today is this. Let me get page 2. Okay, page 2 is just the certification page, so I don't need that. All right. We have 4 orders. Motion for transport of IDOC inmates. Okay. The first one, as you can see, is James Chadwell. I'm going to read his, but I'm not going to read the other 4 because I'm assuming all of it's going to be the same, but I'll double check. Okay. So, comes now the defendant, Richard M. Allen, by counsel Bradley A. Rozzi, and respectfully request that this court issue an order directing the Carroll County Sheriff to transport inmate James Chadwell to the Carroll County Courthouse to appear and testify at the trial in the above referenced case. In support of said motion, Defendant Allen states as follows. 1. The jury trial in this case is set to commence on October 14th. 2. Defense intends to call James Chadwell as a witness in this case. 3. However, due to the volume of witnesses and due to the fact that the defense will not be able to present its evidence until the state has completed presenting its own evidence, it is somewhat unpredictable as to when inmate Chadwell will be needed in the courtroom. The defense requests that his honorable court issue an order directing that Carroll County Sheriffs to retrieve inmate Chadwell from his respective IDOC location facility upon reasonable request by the defense. Attorney Rozzi has communicated with Deputy Attorney General Aaron Ridlin, who represents the Indiana Department of Corrections, and confirms that the IODC requires a 24-hour notice prior to any inmate being retrieved from the Department of Corrections and transported to the Carroll County Courthouse. And therefore, Defendant Allen requests that this transport order articulate the circumstances referenced above so as to provide some flexibility to the defense, the Carroll County Sheriff, and the Department of Corrections in transporting said inmate in a manner that is most efficient and cost-effective under the circumstances. Now, we all know who James Chadwell is. Piece of crap. He was convicted of essaying a young girl. We all know that. Now, who are the other individuals? The other individual is an inmate by the name of James Haas. And what I have found out is that this individual was Ron Logan's former cellmate. The third person that they have requested to transport is Keegan Kline. Yep, we all know who Keegan Kline is. He's been a big part of this case since it was broken that he was contacting Libby and talking to Libby through messages and catfished the girls. And then the last inmate is Reese Davis Jr. Now, I've asked around. So far, nobody knows exactly who he is. We do know that he has been in jail for drugs, and his earliest possible release is 2039. Now, somebody had mentioned maybe this is one of the companions to Richard Allen. We don't know for sure. This is a new name. So we're going to have to find out who he is. But now, if you remember, Motion Elimine said that they couldn't talk about Keegan Kline or Ron Logan as a third party. So how are they going to get around this testimony without bringing in a third party? Because I'm telling you, if they try that, there's going to be a mistrial. So what I do know about Reese Davis Jr., he appealed the conviction for dealing in meth within 100 feet of a youth program center. And it was a Class A felony. So he apparently lost that appeal because he's in jail till 2039. What his interaction is with this case, we do not directly know, but I'm sure we're going to find out. His attorney, his appellate attorney, was from Huntington, Indiana. I don't know if that is where he was from or not. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Yes, the Huntington, Indiana area. Because it talks in here about the Huntington Police Department was called. So what's going to happen here this is coming and it's coming quick. I expected to get something tomorrow from the defense, but it happened today. I wouldn't be surprised if more came out tomorrow. We'll see. Sunday is the prayer walk. Okay. I think it's 1:30 p.m. at the Monon High Bridge. Then on Monday, we start jury selection in Indianapolis, Fort Wayne. It's going to be at the Fort Wayne Courthouse. I do plan on going to that and being there. I'll let you know how many were dismissed, how many males and females they kept. can't give out a whole lot of information. I'm not allowed to give names or anything but I can give demographics as if female, male, how many they kept, how many they dismissed. And then that is going to go through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm waiting to see if there's a hearing on Thursday. Because in the one order, the motion for the order to take the jury to the crime scene, the judge said that she was going to have a hearing on the 17th. I don't know if that's going to be open to the public or not. I know that that is a travel day because they have to bring all the jurors to Delphi and set them up, because then Friday opening statements are happening. And I'm going to do everything I can to get in there every single day so that I can sit, listen, and then come back and report to you on what happened that day in court. Yes, Andrea, I got it confirmed. Yes, jury selection starts on the 14th. They're bringing in 50 potential jurors a day, where the prosecution and the defense and the judge will be able to ask each one of those jurors questions and decide which ones to keep and which ones to dismiss. That is scheduled from the 14th, 15th, and 16th. And trial day does start with opening statements on Friday. Well, they're all coming from that area. I'm hoping that we're going to hear that there's a couple, at least one or two, that have never heard about this case. I know everybody says it's impossible, but it is not impossible. If you look at the case of the Daybells, Lori and Chad, both of those trials did have jurors that had no idea what was going on in the case. So there is a good possibility that we could at least get one. And one is better than none. So let's see what everybody's saying here. So potential jurors for Mars. I don't know. We'll see. Each side calling witnesses, either setting third-party precedents or stopping it third-party participant. Well, there is a way that they can question Keegan Kline and this James Haas without bringing in a third-party defense. Now, it's going to be a slippery slope that they're going to be on. That's for sure. I will not be surprised if we receive a response from the prosecutor tomorrow or Monday at the latest on this. Once for the memorial walk and next week into week for the trial. Yep. A lot of us are obsessed with this case. That is why I am going. Yeah, it is true. I'll call you later. I'm sorry that I did not get to any lives earlier this week. The car had a light come on. I've been dealing with that. I've been dealing with trying to get medications and getting the house buttoned down for me to leave for a month. So I am going to try to do a live tomorrow night. I will be live streaming from the prayer walk on Sunday. And then every day after court, I will be doing a live stream filling you in on what happened that day. Keegan could be state's #1 witness. I don't think so, but Wabash search. The defense is calling him. The state did not plan to call him. I don't believe. They might have. It's so creepy how she records him say down the hill. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Absolutely. That's funny, Bob. I'm new here. What is your channel about? Lisa, I started out with the Delphi case and I have expanded. It is a true crime channel. I talk about missing persons, unsolved murders, trials, things like that. Go check out the playlist. I did just find out, and I'm going to have to report on this as soon as I can get information. Austin. No, what is his name? There was a little boy that we've been following, and there's court for him this week. I will find out his name again and give an update because we've been waiting for his mother to go to trial. It's awful and more before this one as awful too. The why is yes. I agree. Defense called him. Oh, sorry, Marv. It's okay. So is Keegan Kline and Chadwell are going to be there for the defense? Yes. The defense has called Keegan Kline, James Chadwell, James Haas, who was a cellmate of Ron Logan's, and this Reese Dale Davis Jr. Like I said, when it comes to him, we don't know who he is and how he's connected. So that we're going to find out when he comes in to testify. Yeah, thank you. Another one of the big cases that I do is a case out of Tipton, Indiana, and that is the Tabitha Shuck Rains. I am the advocate for her family. The defense needs to put their testimony on the record outside the presence of the jury for the appeal. They aren't calling them as witness for the jury to consider. Yes, they are. They are requesting that these individuals be transported to the courthouse. I tried stressing that point. It must be on record so that it can be called for the record. Slippery is that which denies one. So if you guys take a look here, I'll put up the document again. This is a motion for transport of IDOC inmate. There's 4 of these, one for each individual. One for James Haas, one for Keegan Kline, one for Reese Davis Jr., and one for James Chadwell. They want them in court. It talks in here, which I stated in the beginning when I read through this one. The defense requests that the Honorable Court issue an order directing the Carroll County Sheriff to retrieve inmate Haas from his respective IDOC location facility upon reasonable request by the defense. Yeah. No, it's not that one. It's I posted it today on our Facebook group. Let me find it. I also posted all the documents today. Oh, I bet you I put it just on my page. What is it's Simon. What was his first name? Austin Simon? Quentin Simon, that's it. His mom is in court this week, so outside the presence of the jury. Okay. Hey Gibbo, how are you? Thank you for subscribing, Lisa. I appreciate it. I went to post the docs. Yep. I was actually on it right away. Quentin Simon, that's who it is. So tomorrow I will do another live stream. Well, I'm not going to say tomorrow because it's a long drive. Saturday, I'm definitely going to do a live stream on Delphi. Sunday, I will be live at the prayer walk. And then Monday, it starts with jury selection. You're driving out Saturday. I will see you Sunday. All right, and then the only other thing for a review of those of you that came in late was that they were asking for a defense representative to be allowed to stay in the courtroom at all times to help them with all this information, documents, videos, audio, all of that. The only problem I see is that Max Baker is also listed on the witness list. And normally they do not allow witnesses to stay in the courtroom unless they're family. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Anybody got any other questions on the schedule? Because we're coming down to it. You know, today's Thursday and Monday starts jury selection in Fort Wayne. So, as I said, I am going to jury selection. I will be sitting there taking notes. Not a lot of information I can give out, but I can let you know, the age range, female, male, if they knew about the case or not, and if they were dismissed or kept. And then once the 11 or 12 jurors are picked, we'll go into detail as to how many are female, male, that type of thing. No, no, absolutely not. Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody at the prayer walk on Sunday. That's one I haven't heard of. I heard of Max with interview by Julie, so defense might have their plan to forward. Yeah, phones going off, emails are going off, everything, because documents drop, people are asking questions. That's why I wanted to jump on here right away. Give you guys the news of what was going on. And get back off, finish packing, spend some time with my husband and my son, and then hit the road tomorrow. So can't wait to be back in Indiana. And I am approaching this as this when it comes to the trial. I am going to take everything I've heard, learned everything about this case, and I'm going to push it way back in my mind. And when I'm there, I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to pretend I am a juror. Okay? I'm going to look at both sides, what both present, who the witnesses are, what the evidence is, and that is what I'm going to come back and report to each one of you. It's not going to be one-sided unless it is in the courtroom. But we are going to talk about both sides, the prosecution and the defense. And then after the trial is all over, that is when I will bring back in everything that we knew, assumed, thought we knew, and we will compare it to what was actually heard at the trial and go from there. Hey, Guilty of Crime, how you doing? Love you. Haven't had a chance to touch base with you. If you all have not been to Guilty of Crime's channel, please go over there. She is doing some phenomenal work. And with the Madeline Soto case and other cases. So go check her out. She is on my main page as one of my recommended creators to go and check out. Yeah, that's all we can do. You're right. Love you, girl. Guilty of Crime. Yes. We'll have to get together after Delphi's all over. Do some collaboration. That's what I do when I watch trials here at home. So that is what I plan on doing in the courthouse for all of you, because it's important to know what these witnesses say for the prosecution and for the defense in order to make a decision as to whether I feel Richard Allen is innocent or guilty. Now, all this time as a creator, I've been leaning towards guilty, and that is because everything that we know is from the defense. They're the ones giving out the information about the witnesses seeing him admitting he was there, and some testimony from hearings. I should say the defense and some testimony from witnesses from hearings. But until I hear all of it, until I hear all of the evidence from both sides, that is when I will determine guilt or innocence. Because we're going to see that evidence and hear it. And it's going to be very interesting. So I just promised to do my best to give you the information straight as it is, for both sides, and then go from there. So I want to thank all of you for joining me today to go through the documents that dropped. Please, if you do have time, stop at the Monon High Bridge. I believe it's 1:30. Not sure. It could be 1. I have to double check. I'll put it on the community page. But if you can make it to the prayer walk, on Sunday, please do so. We want to show the family as much love and support as we can, because the next month is going to be very, very difficult for them. Oh, Jinx, thank you so much. 1:30. Okay. Thank you so much. Wait to hear more, see what has been under a... Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mimi of 6. I will have a safe trip. I'll let you guys know when I am there. Takes me about between 7 and 8 hours, depending how many stops I make. So that's all right, Jinx. Thanks for being here. It's definitely going to be interesting hearing this, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to see what the prosecution has. It's finally time for that. I know this is a shorter live, but I hope you found it informational. And if I'm not on tomorrow night, I will be on Saturday and on Sunday live from the prayer vigil. I'll see you all later. Have a good night. Thank you for watching Beyond the Evidence. Today, I gave you my own opinions and analysis, but I always encourage you to do your own research and form your own conclusions. If you're interested in true crime and want to join me on this journey of discovery, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you'd like to support the channel, join our membership, and if you have any suggestions for cases that you want me to cover, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and remember, justice matters. This is Beyond the Evidence, and I'll see you in the next video.